Here we are, the last MCU film of 2023. What better way to end the year on than the Marvels? Oh boy. After reported reshoots, pushback dates, and lackluster trailers, here we are, about it to leave theaters, and me finally watching it in the beginning of December. Yeah, not my fastest call to action to go review a movie. Now, if you've been a reader of my page since 2019, you may know I'm not the biggest fan of Captain Marvel 2019. To be fair, I didn't really like it at all. I kind of thought it's one of the weaker MCU movies. I want to say it's the worst because, trust me, there's a lot more that's even bad, but I don't think it's terrible, but I just didn't like it. So when it was announced that a sequel's in development, I was really hesitant. I even took my sweet time, like I said, to going to see this. I didn't see this opening night. I saw this probably its last full week in theaters. But after all the waiting, I eventually sat down in the recliner and watched it. And I have to say, I was greatly disappointed. But not for the reason you would think. I was thinking that this is the worst MCU film since insert last MCU movie, and it's a box office bomb, it's an abomination. I thought I was going to go in that movie, but to be honest, all I saw from the Marvels was just an average, badly edited superhero film. I'll say this, it is much better than the first film, although that's not really saying that much, but you know. But some of the things that I feel like bring the film down for me would be the story, the villain, and the editing. So the story has to be one of the film's weakest elements. There's more going on than in the first one, I'll say. I actually kind of am feeling a little invested with the conflict, but it still doesn't feel engaging to the overall plot of the MCU. And that's been a problem with the last couple movies. They really haven't felt like the whole world is going to be affected by this. I mean, with this one, it can have connotations for the multiverse, but it's not really that it just doesn't feel like anything's at stake, to be honest. Add in the fact that the writing makes some of the story elements make no sense or just contradicts on what the film is trying to convey. It makes it a bit more mediocre. And that can smoothly transition to the villain, aka we have Ronan the Accuser home. No offense to the actress Zaw Ashton, I'm going to be horrible with these names. She did a fine job with the role. It's just the villain of Darman was not that good. Like I mentioned, she felt like a rehashed Ronan from Guardians. I can see what they were trying to do with her and her backstory. Had some interesting elements to it, to her motivations. She kind of made it feel a little sympathetic with a better execution, but it's poor execution, and the way that she's defeated is just kind of funny and dumb at the same time. I think I audibly groaned when she was defeated. I'm like, wow, okay. And lastly, the editing in the film was very sloppy. You can tell a lot of things were cut from this film due to his heavy reshoots and possibly very sloppily done post-production. There are scenes and sequences that not only feel rushed, but it feels like stuff is just straight up missing. There's some scenes where you feel like there's supposed to be some context to it, but just bull rushes to it. So the scene when they went to the planet where everyone's singing, I feel like that was supposed to be longer, but that got cut in half, although that could have been a good thing. That scene was not the strongest in my opinion, but there's missing context to some scenes. It's kind of like the Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition, filling in the holes that Snyder had to cut when it came to the original theater cut of BVS. And I just think with the Marvels, it's the same thing. A lot of stuff got cut out that we don't know the context for it. So I await the Nia DaCosta cut of the Marvels to come out. Hashtag DaCosta cut the Marvels. However, the one thing I'll say that I liked about this film is the cast chemistry. Everyone is having fun with their roles. The standout for me would have to be Iman Vellani, I hope I pronounced her name right, who plays Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel. I didn't watch Miss Marvel from one of the scenes I've seen from her. She was pretty okay in it, and she had good energy. And in the Marvel, she has very good energy, and she has some genuinely funny moments. She's like a fangirl. She's like all of us meeting our heroes and getting to work with them. We'll get so starstruck and everything. But she also vibes well with Brie Larson and Teyana Paris. They have a fun sister chemistry to them, and it makes it feel authentic. If we were to see those three again, I wouldn't be opposed to it because they actually seem like they have fun together. So at least that's nice. The cast seemed like they did really, really good and just had fun with it. And that's all that matters at the end of the day sometimes. The Marvels was released on November 10th, 2023 on a budget of $274.8 million in its box office run and has gone on to gross a measly $197.7 million. Oof.
Come on, I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money.
Overall, The Marvels isn't a terrible film whatsoever. It's not a good film, though. It's just average. It's better than the first film, but not a film I'd be proud to end the year off of. But the only question is, where does the MCU go from here? You only got one movie coming out next year, that's Deadpool 3. And I feel like Deadpool 3 is probably going to be the make or break for Marvel, along with some of his TV shows. I'm looking at you, Echo. But we'll see. We will see. And my final grade for the Marvels is going to be a C-. So let me know down in the comments below. Did you watch the Marvels? Did you like it? And what is any upcoming MCU project that you're excited for? So I don't know. Echo kind of maybe looks interesting, but I don't know. But until next time, I've been Mac from Mac Reviews, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.
This is fun! Hello.